Good evening. I've got 6:30. I'll call to order this meeting of the Columbus Common Council for Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. I suppose when we have the clerk present, then we will take a roll call. I didn't realize Pat wasn't sitting there before I did that. Can you do that, Attorney Johnson?
I can try. Well, here, I'll do it this way. Clark? Reed?
Here.
Tylen?
Here.
Traxler?
Here.
Hendrickson?
Here.
Tom?
Here.
All that's here is here.
Thank you, Attorney Johnson. This meeting has been, number 2, let's move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. We can do that without Pat. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Sorry, Pat. We started without you. Attorney Johnson filled in for you. We have a quorum. Thank you.
Missed all the exciting stuff.
This meeting has been noticed in accordance with state statutes and local ordinances. Next item then is to approve the agenda. Unless there's any alterations or deletions, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda has been approved. Correspondence and communications. I didn't see if anyone signed up back there. Was anyone present this evening that wish to speak under correspondence or communications? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have 3 items. We have the council meeting minutes from March 5th, 2019 from the regular and committee of the whole meeting, which Pat just handed to us. We have a street closing request for the Columbus Recreation Senior Center Library for Red Bud Days on May 11th, and a temporary Class B picnic license for Columbus Downtown Development Corporation and CHLPC Summer Concert Series for 4 dates, April 7th, June 27th, July 25th, and August 22nd. Unless there's any questions or anyone wants to separate anything on the consent agenda, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved. New business number 1, consider and take action to remove the no left turn signal at the library. This was discussed at the committee of the whole. There was a sign that was installed when the library was first built next to the library. Cindy from the library came forward, and I think it was agreed that we did not need that sign any longer, that it wasn't serving purpose of safety. Unless there's any further questions, we have Jason Letha here, I think, Patrick. Otherwise, we'll take whatever motion the council wants to present.
Make a motion to remove the no left turn sign at the public library parking lot exit.
All right, we have a motion and a second to remove the no left turn sign at the library exit. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, number 2, consider and take action on the field use agreement with CASO for spring soccer 2019. This was reviewed at the committee of the whole as well. I think the only change that was recommended was section 3 to change the date for 30 days to 15 days prior to the start of the upcoming season, because we're relying on Mesa to bring the teams back to the city. Was there any further questions?
I just wanted to clarify that I'm recusing myself on this one.
Okay. Any questions from the council? We've got Troy here as well from CASO, if there's questions. If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion from the council to approve the field use agreement with CASO.
I'll make a motion to approve the field use agreement with the CASO.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the field use agreement with CASO for spring soccer 2019. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. On to number 3, consider and take action on a water quality trading program for phosphorus abatement. We had Dave Arnott here from Rupert Milkey giving us an overview of this at the last Committee of the Whole meeting. My understanding is that what we'll be taking action on tonight is allowing them to go negotiate with these landowners to see if they're willing to implement, but this is not an agreement that we're approving at this point. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Any questions from the council? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve that water quality trading program for phosphorus abatement.
Make a motion to approve the water quality trading program for the phosphorus abatement.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? If none, let's take a roll call on that, please, Pat.
Clark. Hendrickson.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. On to number 4. Consider and take action on engineering agreement with Rupert Milkie. This is our services agreement with Rupert Milkie. There have been some recommendations made by both Jason and meetings with Jason and the city to kind of clean up some language. Patrick, did you have anything to add to it?
I don't think there was any changes from the conversation at Committee of the Whole. We had a review of this at Ad hoc Committee. So unless there's other questions or changes, I think there's nothing from my perspective.
All right. Any questions from the council? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion from the council.
I'll make a motion to approve the engineering agreement with Rupert Milkie.
I have a motion and a second to approve the engineering agreement with Rupert Milkie. Any discussion on that? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Hendrickson.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler. Clark. Unanimous.
Thank you. Number 5, consider and take action on ordinance 746-19, an ordinance to repeal and recreate section 2-87 and section 114-47 of the City of Columbus Code of Ordinances. This has been reviewed at the Committee of the Whole as well. This will allow us to appoint the zoning administrator. That's correct. Attorney Johnson, did you have anything to add to this?
No, this is actually just clarifying throughout your code of ordinances exactly who the zoning administrator is, and that it's appointed by the council. This is, if you're going to move forward on this tonight, it's a waive the reading, suspend the rules situation.
All right. Any further questions on this? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules.
We have the reading first?
Oh, sure.
Is that how it goes? Wait.
Suspend the
Suspend
rules.
the rules. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion and a second to suspend the rules. Any discussion on that motion? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Rules are suspended. Next, we would need a motion to waive reading.
So moved.
A motion and a second to waive reading. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, now we can take action to change the ordinance.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 746-19, an ordinance to repeal and recreate section 2-87 and section 114-47 of the City of Columbus Code of Ordinances.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that motion? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Reed.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Clark. Hendrickson.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. Item number 6 then is sort of a companion to that. Consider and take action to appoint Matt Schreiber as the zoning administrator. Matt's here this evening, if you'd like him to give a short speech to consider him. If not, I'll entertain a motion from the council to appoint Matt Schreiber as the zoning administrator.
Make a motion to appoint Matt Shriver as the zoning administrator.
Second.
A motion and a second to appoint Matt Schreiber as the city zoning administrator. Any discussion on that motion? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Matt, and thank you. Number 7, consider and take action on the Transit Birdsey Street Lift Station project. This did come through the Committee of the Whole for discussion again. I don't believe there are any questions at that time. This is funded already currently through the sewer budget, Patrick?
So that's correct.
What was the total amount that we'd be approving this evening then? Transit and Birdsey.
So, let's see, I gotta get to my notes here. I believe the total cost was the 60,126.
That's what I thought too, but it only names the Transit Road Lift Station there. Just wanted to be sure that we were addressing both of them. The final quote in your packet with the red, the color one is for 60,126, and that says Transit Lift Station upgrade.
Right, I think the total is more like 90,000.
So I'm trying to find that number.
It's definitely not clear.
Well, I guess
So,
if we, go ahead.
I'm reviewing here. So that, yeah, there was in the memo that Kim, I believe, put together, so that complete the quotes for the Birdsey and others is the 31,778.16, and then Transit Road was the 60, so that would bring us to the 91 that Andy mentions.
According to Jason's math, we've got $91,904.16 with those two combined.
What was that number again, 90?
$91,904.16.
Thank you.
You just, all right, are there any other questions besides the price tag? Okay. Jason will verify our number, and then we can take a motion to approve the bids. All right, $91,904.16 for the Transit and Birdsey Lift Station projects.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the Transit and Birdsey Street Lift Station project in the amount of $91,904.16.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that motion? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Tylen?
Aye.
Traxler?
Aye.
Clark? Hendrickson?
Aye.
Reed? Unanimous.
Thank you. Number 8, consider and take action on RFP for real estate appraisals for the Highway 89 project. I think we used the same model as we did for the James Street, if I'm correct, Patrick?
Yes, and DOT's looked it over and is comfortable with the language.
Okay. Any questions? If not, I'll entertain motion from the council.
I'll make a motion to approve the RFP for real estate appraisals on Highway 89 project.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the RFP for the real estate appraisals for the Highway 89 project. Any discussion on that motion? If none, could we please take a roll call, Pat?
Traxler?
Aye.
Clark? Hendrickson?
Aye.
Reed? Tylen?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you. Number 9, consider and take action to implement no parking on one side of Red Bud Trail This was brought to the committee of the whole. There's a map in our packet. It was reviewed. Seemed pretty clear to the council at the time. Sounds like there's some congestion going on in that neighborhood as far as garbage pickup and snow removal, et cetera. So I guess I don't know how you'd describe that. Would that be the eastern side of the street? Or the southeast? Okay. So the proposal is to remove parking from the southeast side of the street. Any questions on that? If there are none, I'll entertain a motion from the council.
Motion to approve no parking on Redmond Trail.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to implement no parking on one side of Red Bud Trail. Any discussion on that motion? All those- oh,
Can we just clarify it's southeast side of?
Southeast
In
side.
the motion?
To implement no parking on the southeast side of the Red Bud Trail. Any further discussion? Okay. If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 10, consider and take action to continue the Columbus Clay Lateral Replacement Program. This is something that we tried out with the last set of street projects. There were some people that participated, but it's something we wish to continue with future street projects and possibly even outside of those projects. I believe the one suggestion I had in there from the committee of the whole was that there was a noticing a requirement in advance of it, and I believe Kim has removed that, so. Any other questions from the council on this? And I believe this is something, yep, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just had a quick question. Are we having monetary annual limits for this program?
If I remember correctly, last year we had budgeted about $30,000 for the project, and I don't think we came,
Scratch that
we didn't
very
scratch
closely.
it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
this would be tapping the connection fund from the sewer utility, money that's already there. So I think if you wanted to memorialize that somehow annually, just to say, here's the cap for individual grants, we certainly could do that.
Okay.
But it doesn't sound like we've had an overwhelming reaction to it so far. I think Kim would be the one to let us know if there was a budget concern there, yeah. Good question, though. And this is something that I think will continue to evolve. I think what we're trying to do is take what we did last year and refine it a bit so we can use it even outside of street reconstruction projects. So we could certainly address that if you'd like.
So if we're extending the existing program and the existing program has a limit, then I guess I would argue that then it would be extended to the extension for the existing program. So,
Use remaining funds.
right. Yeah. Is that?
I think when we did the street reconstruction program, or project as well, we were trying to assess the need or the demand for it at the time based upon the neighborhood or the age of the infrastructure. And I believe this is, the intent here is to continue this even though we don't have a street project going on this year, that if there are people that identify problems on their property, that there's a grant available for them. So if we didn't expend close to the budgeted amount last year, I don't know that we would.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna get is folks that are taking advantage of the lead lateral program, Water and Light, which is for another year at least.
Yeah.
And- But does have that deadline, so that's what I've been hearing from the community. A couple people who are gonna replace their lead laterals and asked about the clay laterals
Yep.
for sewer.
And the account has that much in it.
Yep. If you'd like, we can bring another discussion back to the council, or we can ask Kim if she's addressed that in the sewer budget. I mean, it's basically, right now, it's sitting as the connection fee fund, and that's where we're drawing it from, but I don't know that we have a line item within the sewer budget that would carry these grant funds.
Thank you. I'm comfortable with moving forward with the program, but I would like to look into it further just to make sure that there is a comparable replenishment rate.
Sure. Okay, great. We can get that information to Kim and ask her to.
Sure,
bring that
absolutely.
For discussion. All right, any further questions on that? I don't believe we had a motion or a second yet, did we? Okay.
So you said Kim was going to remove contact the city.
I thought that was gone. Jason's pointing out that that date was not removed in the application. Contact the city a minimum of 7 days prior to the work starting with the plumber's name, license number, and cost estimate.
Okay. Thought that's what I saw from. That can easily be removed.
So I'd bring a motion to table this item and bring it back at the next meeting, and we can address the updated language and then Trina's concerns with Kim available.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you. We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to table the item and bring it back to the next regular meeting with clarification to the contract and also explanation from Kim about budgeted funds. Everyone in favor of tabling?
Yes.
Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Just making sure. Thank you. We'll move on to number 11 then. Consider and take action to accept outlots in the Kestrel Ridge subdivision. I'm just going to let Attorney Johnson speak on this. There's a history here.
I wish I knew what the history was. This is a request from MLG, that is the, I guess, the developer of the Kestrel Ridge project. And they have come to the city asking to convey outlot number 3, which is a very small little triangle of land at the intersection of 89 and Avalon, if I remember correctly, to the city, as it is the last piece of land that MLG has an interest in that development, and they just as soon do away with it so that they don't have any other responsibilities in that particular area. The history behind this parcel is that when the plat was originally recorded, this lot was supposed to be dedicated to the city, and it was dedicated to the city. Subsequent to that, and for reasons that we have not been able to figure out, the lot was deeded from the city back to MLG. And we don't know why, and that's what the mystery part is. The lot is supposed to be in the city's hands from the original intent, and the lot is currently used by the city for stormwater purposes, so it actually does serve a function as part of the city's stormwater plan. So taking the land back from MLG is not, I don't think it's detrimental to the city in any way, and it just would be going back to what the original intent of this land was in the first place. The one question that I have for you, deciding, or depending on how you decide to go forward tonight, if you decide to take the lot back from MLG, it'd be a simple conveyance by a quitclaim deed, most likely, and there wouldn't be a lot of pomp and circumstances involved with it. The one issue that we haven't discussed with MLG or with anybody is whether or not the city would require some kind of a title check before we take the lot back. I don't think there's been any title work done on the lot since we've been having these conversations, and I don't have any idea what the history of it is as far as liens, judgments, encroachments, anything along that line. So I'd suggest that you probably, that if you're looking to take this lot back, that you make that a requirement, that they provide some kind of proof that they have clear title to do this.
I appreciate that advice.
Well, I'll make a motion to accept the Outlot 3 and the Kestrel Ridge subdivision back to the city with the requirement that title work be completed, or at least insurance policy on on clear title be provided.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept Outlot 3 from the Kestrel Ridge subdivision with the added stipulations. Any further discussion on that? If none, let's take a roll call, please.
Clark. Hendrickson.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Number 12, consider and take action on applications for operators licenses for July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2020. I have one name in the packet, and that would be for Skylar Peterson. Any additional, Pat? Okay. Unless there's any questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the operator's license.
Motion to approve the operator licenses as read.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve an operator's license for Skylar Peterson for the term of July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2020. Any discussion on that? If none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? License has been approved. Number 13, consider and take action on claims in the amount of $215,840.44. Are there any questions on the claims? If there are no questions on the claims, I'll take a motion to approve them in the amount read.
So moved.
Motion and a second to approve the city claims in the amount of $215,840.44. Any discussion on that? Pat, could you please take a roll call?
Hendrickson.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Tylen.
Aye.
Traxler.
Aye.
Clark. Unanimous.
Thank you. On to report of city officers. Patrick, I'll let you jump in.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few announcements tied to our flooding situation I just want to get out. So we expect to have the state inspector come and look at the bridge at 1660 tomorrow. And provided that the inspection passes, then the bridge can be opened. But until then, we cannot open the bridge. Hopefully, everything goes well. Residents with property damage as a result of the situation need to fill out a damage assessment form we've got on the website. If they have questions or need assistance, it's an online form. Here at City Hall and the library, they've offered to help folks who might need that. So this is for, assessing monetary damage and potential for grant assistance and whatever might be coming as a result. The governor did declare state of emergency for the state, so we don't know where that's going to go, but it's important to take these steps to be prepared. Any city residents who had property damage items that they need to dispose of, we've got it's set up at DPW yet through this week, 7 to 3:30, and then 9 to noon on Saturday. And Town of Elba, if they have some questions about those things, they should contact the town for assistance there. Wanted to share that the LPI system that we had approved for the downtown, the reprogramming will happen on Friday. Had to get on the schedule for the vendor there. And the recycling center, landscape recycling center, is set to open on March 30th. So folks can mark that now that we've got some spring and people want to get out and do some work. And spring election is April 2nd. Early and absentee voting is taking place right now at City Hall. That's all I have.
All right, thanks, Patrick. I wanted to take a minute to thank everybody who pitched in for the community-wide potluck on March 12th. I thought it was very well attended. I think there was a good turnout there. There were some new faces, people I hadn't seen at community events. I think it was well received. I had invited Amy Overby and her husband Jonathan Overby, Dr. Jonathan Overby, to come and speak as special guest for a few minutes and talk about their story of why they call Columbus home. I was happy to have them there. There was great food and good fellowship and a great exchange of ideas for the Roadmap 2050 project. So thanks again to the CET team and city staff that helped make that such a success. So also Monday, March 11th, Chief Dennis Weiner was sworn in by City Clerk Pat Gable here in the chambers. That was a well-attended ceremony. Chief Weiner's family, friends, many professional colleagues from law enforcement, including Columbus's police staff, and also former Columbus Police Chief Dan Meister were present. And I wish Dennis success in his new role as police chief here in Columbus. And once again, appointments to city boards, committees, and commissions, I have not been getting applications at all, which is a little bit horrifying for me because there's going to be a lot of vacancies coming up in a very short period of time. There's a natural evolution. There have been some recent resignations due to unforeseen circumstances in a few of the different boards. So there are pretty much going to predict that there will be an opportunity on almost any city board, committee, or commission that you have any interest in. So if you have any interest, please contact myself or anybody, city staff, and I'd like to, be able to get you some more information. There's different levels of participation on the different boards. But again, this is a great way to get involved and serve your community. So, and then lastly, with the flooding, I think you kind of covered more the logistics, and I know there's been a lot of people dealing in the emergency management office since the flood started last week, and probably some tired people as well, city staff, also volunteers, but as much as we don't like to deal with situations like this, it is pretty amazing that we live in a community where everybody just kind of jumps in and rolls up their sleeves, and there was never a shortage for volunteers when they were needed. So that's always good to see. So that's all I had. Anyone else up here? If there's nothing, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We stand adjourned for a few minutes and return with the committee of the whole meeting. Thank you.